torch is burning. That means it's game time.
2 months later, harvest. 150 miles south of Heligrad, Thunderian spirals out of control and reaches the bottom of every bottle he can find in Castle Crest. He has taken a lady love, Grisella, a local barmaid. She provides lots of attention as well as wine. He can't seem to get enough. One fall evening, Thunderian finds her in tears behind the Broken Tooth, which is Castle Crest's main alehouse. She explains that a silver necklace given to her by her grandma was just stolen by a patron, Flavio the Handsome. She knows he's in a gang that hangs out in a warehouse across town, but is worried that Thunderian will go alone. Of course, he takes this as a personal challenge and would probably do anything for her at this point. He packs up the next morning and gets ready to go take care of this simple matter. He waits for nightfall of the next day, and following the directions given to him by Grisella, he finds himself in front of a rather large warehouse in an overcrowded part of the bad side of town. After casing the warehouse for probably a half hour or so, he discovers many entrances into it, and the first entrance that he decides on going in leads him to a guard room. When he cracks the door open, this room seems to be a guard room or an entry chamber of some sort to the warehouse. The floor is covered in a checkerboard-like pattern. There's a few tables that hold cards and dice, and there's some barrels and crates over in the corner of the room. A pretty-faced, white-haired woman is held in a cage off to the left. Her clothes from here look ripped, and she looks like she's been kind of roughed up. To the east is a stone wine chiller that seems to be full of this wine that Thunderian has been drinking for about a month straight, and it immediately draws him to it. So right when he comes in, he doesn't even pay attention to her. He just comes in and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. He just comes right to here. He pulls out his tankard and just dunks it into this and starts guzzling it down. It's just running down his chin. He almost looks like an addict. The woman from the other side of the room says, "Is it your turn now, or are you gonna kill me?" And he looks over toward her and he says, "I don't even know you, lady." Refilling the tankard again. So he guzzles this down, and we have to roll on the drinking chart. So he's got to roll a d6, and he gets a 2. Thunderian starts to stagger around as soon as he guzzles this tankard full of this stuff. He's very unsteady, and he cannot attack the next warrior phase, and any monsters have +2 the next monster phase. Warrior phase ended right there with him moving over there and drinking from that. Next we're on to the monster phase, and we got an event card for the room. Imperial Knight. The warriors meet an Imperial Knight on a personal quest. He warns them of some monsters that lurk nearby. Forewarned, the warriors are ready for their attack when it happens, and take the monsters by surprise. Power phase? 3. Warrior phase? So he moves 1, 2, 3, 4 over here to the cage. And in this case, instead of being an Imperial Knight, this woman says to Thunderian, "You aren't one of them. What are you doing here alone? This is a ruthless gang. They did unspeakable things to me. Please help me. Get me out of this cage, and I can help you." Thunderian says, "I'm here to get my girl's necklace. It was stolen by these thugs." She says, "I'll help you find it." He says, You want revenge, huh? If they did what I think they did to you, then yeah. Let's kill them all. And with that, he takes a step back, still wobbling, and raises up Blood Drinker over his head like he's going to hack through the cage and kill her, but he slaps the lock off the cage. The door kind of creaks open. She says, "I'm Zelda, thank you," and moves across the room over here and starts cracking open some of these crates as she's pulling out her spell book and these scrolls, and he gets a better look at her. He can tell she's definitely into the arcane arts, and she gets fully equipped, gets all her stuff back, pulls out her sword out of the crates and all of that stuff, and she looks like she is ready for revenge. Power phase. Okay, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3 up to there. She's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to there, and he is going to explore a torture chamber. Zelda tells Thunderian, "I saw them bring other people through these doors. This is where I was headed next. I could hear the screams from beyond." Power phase. Since Zelda is a wizard, this goes to her card as power points. 1, 2, 3 right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And Zelda says to him, "What are you doing?" And he just like scrambles like a crackhead, pulls out a crack pipe, and he's searching his body for his tankard, and he pulls it out and starts dipping it in and guzzling it down, taking big drinks. We're gonna have to roll on that chart, but this room contains several devices used for torture. It's windowless, dimly lit, and smells of death. It seems to be designed to induce horror, dread, and despair, this room. In an alcove, a table hosts a variety of beakers, bottles, and other strange glass objects. Several tubes feed down into a stone wine chiller from below the vials. Wine seems to be spilled all over this table. She says to him, "By the way, I've told you my name, but you haven't told me yours." "Thunderian." She says, as she starts casually observing all the beakers and vials. She says, "Is that?" And she looks over, and she's got to roll a 6-sided dice. She's looking for a 4, 5, or 6. 6, yeah, that's a guarantee. So she's looking over there, and she says, "Thunderian, that's not wine. That's blood." And he's just like guzzling it down, and like his eyes are red, and he's looking about, and they both start to notice that on the table there's like body parts that are being like ground up and put into these glass beakers and vials, and it drains all the liquid blood out of them. And then there's like other ingredients that are mixed in with it, and it's draining down into this pot that he's drinking from. And he just like stops halfway through the drink, but then he continues drinking it. And she says, "That's blood wine." Okay, let's see on the drinking chart. 5. So he gets a little lightheaded from this batch. -1 to hit for 1d3 turns. So for 2 turns. Monster phase, which is our event phase. Keep in mind, this is just the card. Things have been switched up a little bit. In this case, it's not going to be Goblin. It's going to be Human Gangster Archers. So because there's only 2 people currently in the party, we're going to roll a d6 and see how many archers we got. 3 of them. Let's see who gets the extra one. That would be Zelda. So they come barreling through the door, arrows knocked, and it's power phase. Oh, wow. So since we already have some creatures in the room here, we're using Little Monk's Unexpected Combat Events table, which could lead to more monsters or another event. Let's go ahead and see what that is. We got 3 power drain. One warrior receives no benefits from any magic item that they are carrying, nor may they cast any spells, blessings, or the equivalent. At the beginning of the next turn, the item and abilities return to normal. Okay, so they both qualify for this, and let's see who it is. Okay, so maybe Zelda can't cast her spells yet because she's been imprisoned, or maybe he's too drunk. Let's see. It's gonna be Zelda. Yeah, we're gonna say that she hasn't had her spells prepared yet. So Zelda reaches out her finger, like points her finger over toward one of the archers over there and says a magical incantation, and just like a little bit of magic comes out of her finger. It sort of fizzles away. She looks at Thunderian and she's just like, screw it. She pulls out her sword and moves right to here and attacks with her sword. She needs a 4. Dang, she gets a 6. Nice. D6 plus 3. That's 5 minus their toughness of 3. That's 2. They have 2 wounds, and she just totally runs her sword through the gut of this one right here, and she gets to move on to the next one. By the way, Zelda is like a thicky chick. Like, she is like thick with muscle. She has 12 hit points. I rolled max for her. So when she pulls out her sword, she is like a pretty badass. Yeah, the swing continues on to the next guy here. She needs a 4. Ooh, she doesn't get it. She misses. This other guy ducks under her swing. Zelda yells out, "Get over here and help me." And he like has to pull himself away from this cauldron. He moves 1, 2, 3 up to here and takes kind of a clumsy swing with Blood Drinker. Okay, does he rage? Nope. Because he's -1, he needs a 4. Yeah. Oh shit. I rolled a 6, dude. He's got the Rune of Annihilation in Blood Drinker. If the 2 hit is 6, it does plus 2d6 wounds. That's 11. And then you add this. Yeah, he totally annihilates this guy. And blood sprays out from all over the place onto his buddy right here. And Zelda looks over like shocked as he just leaves Blood Drinker, the Halberd of Hatred, in this guy. And she can see the blood getting sucked up into the weapon. And he puts one foot on and rips it out of the corpse and swings on the next guy over here. So again, he needs 4, and so he misses with the second attack. This guy's pretty quick. He dodged her sword, and now he takes kind of a step back from Blood Drinker, and it swings around, and it can reach too, so it just about clips Zelda over there, and she's like, be careful with that. So because of the rule, he has to attack her first because he was going after her first. So he's going to take a swing with his sword. He needs a 4. Yeah, he gets it. Damage. Dang. She takes 4 damage. So she sort of turns to the side to maybe dodge it a little bit, but the tip of the blade catches her right on the shoulder blade, leaving a gash across there that starts bleeding out. Power phase. 5. She gets a 5. Well, she can't use her spells. Blood Drinker's just dripping with blood from the corpse that's laying next to this gangster's companion. Okay, first let's see if he goes nuts. Ooh, actually he does rage because he already has a kill, so he's getting 2 attacks. That's awesome. First attack, he still needs a 4 because he's under the influence of that stuff. Oh, jeez. Okay, so he's gonna kill this guy. Let's just see what the next one would be. Dang. Blood Drinker is thirsty tonight, and so is Thunderian. She gets just splattered in blood. Like, completely, there's like flicks of blood all over her face and arms. And this body just gets reduced to a gory pile. So she gets 20 gold, and Thunderian gets 40 gold. Our treasure is Shield of Deliverance. This shield is of simple yet exquisite craftsmanship. It seems to be made of a substance stronger than steel, yet it weighs little more than a sheet of paper. Wow, okay. Shield of Deliverance can completely absorb the damage from any 2 blows. The first time the shield is hit, flip this card over. The second time the shield is hit, discard this card. Cool. Thunderian says, "You can have the shield." And she says, "I have no use for such things. You take it." She can't use the shield. He just puts the shield on his back. Thunderian seems gleeful as he just destroyed these guys. It's been a long time since he's battled. It's been a couple months. And he feels good. He feels like he's getting his mojo back. And he looks over at Zelda, and she produces this dagger. And she goes to the corpses and kneels down next to them, all 3 of them, and reaches down into their pants and grabs a hold of, well, you can probably guess what, and inserts the dagger into the pants, into the crotch of the pants as well. And you can just, Thunderian can just see her like sawing until she pulls out this bloody hunk of meat, which is obviously their privates. And she does this with all 3 of them and throws those private parts into a bag and into her pouch. And she has a smile on her face as she's doing this, like she's getting her revenge. And Thunderian is just like, whoa. And since we're not at the door, we can't explore right now, so we gotta have a power phase. Dang, she gets a 6. He moves up, and she moves right behind him. She's kind of letting him open the door, and he's gonna explore. Okay, let's see what we got. Passageway. So we turn the passageway this way, just to kind of give this the warehouse feel, like it's a big, long structure. You know, we don't want to be going off in all sorts of weird directions like it is a dungeon. It's a warehouse. So that's how we're gonna do it. Power phase. Dang, getting all kinds of 6s when I don't need them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They both move up to this door right here, and they're gonna explore. A T-junction. Oh, so we got 2 ways to go. One thing to keep in mind real quick, in order to keep our dungeons short and sweet, we always roll D4 for the top part of the deck and D4 plus the objective card for the bottom part of the deck. And in this case, when you have a T-junction, you divide the deck, but we are down to 2 cards. Basically, one way is the objective room, and the other way could take a toll on us. So let's see what we got here. We'll start with the power phase. Okay, she gets a 5. And so we're gonna let fate decide here. Evens, we go that way. Odds, we go this way. That would be odds. We go this way. So he's gonna come through the door and go 1, 2, 3, 4. She's gonna come through the door, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. We can't explore yet, so we're back to the power phase. Oh, she gets a 2. Okay, warrior phase. 1, 2. She's gonna move all the way up to here as well. And these guys are gonna explore. Yeah, we got the objective room, nice. And just to keep the warehouse feel, I just moved the objective room right here. But this room feels like a gladiator arena. It has a sand-covered floor, except for a raised stone dais right over here, which holds a massive vat of blood wine. On this side of the room over here is a wooden wall-like structure that holds chaos banners hanging from it. There's a set of stairs right here that leads up. Up here we've got a couple archer guys that are sort of pacing back and forth, watching over the workers down here. And a lot of these gangsters seem to be working as far as like moving wine from the vat to these barrels over here back and forth, and then some of them are just kind of patrolling about. But the entire place smells like a wet animal in here for some reason. And I have these guys on the board right now just so you can kind of see what's going on in here, but I'm going to move the warriors into the room as normal, and then we will see where everything lines up. These two are not scared. They've been through so much in their life lately that they are ready to do some damage. They charge right into the center of the room. All the gangsters in here look kind of shocked to see them, just the two of them, charge in here like this. Each of them get 3 gangsters, and then each of them get 1 archery person. After exploration, it's power phase. She gets a 6, sweet. We moved into here, everybody gets surrounded, power phase. She only gets 2 when it's important. Warrior phase. Thunderian raises up his axe to start feeding Blood Drinker. And everything comes to a hold as a voice bellows out from the hallway down here, and a Minotaur appears from the doorway. Everybody just sort of is like waiting, ready for fighting. And the Minotaur bellows out, "You came all this way to die." Thunderian says, "No, I came to get my necklace back." "There is no necklace, fool. You and your company killed my herd brother and stole the sword of power." If you remember back to Adventure 1, the very first adventure we ever played in this campaign, that sword is currently in a sheath on Thunderian's side. "Wraith promised me revenge, and now here you are, and there's the sword you stole." The Minotaur seems to get more angry as the more words come out of its mouth. Thunderian just starts swinging Blood Drinker. But before he can get the swing in, before fighting the Minotaur, take another event card. If this is an encounter, resolve it before fighting the Minotaur. Scorpions. So all the gangsters around him, Thunderian notices they have these like steel toe boots on, and they start kicking sand in his direction. And at first he's a little bit confused, but he realizes that they're kicking scorpions in his direction. I have to roll a normal attack, which is D6 plus strength. Blood Drinker, the Halberd of Hatred, gives me +2. So Thunderian does 11 total damage, which is just beautiful. He pretty much smashes all the scorpions, and just you can hear crunching. That leaves 1 left. 1 does sting him for 1 point of damage. He gets 5 gold per scorpion. He killed 11 of them, so that's 55 gold, and he takes 1 scorpion sting damage. And we are not rolling to see who the Minotaur goes after. He automatically goes after Thunderian because Thunderian has the sword of power. Start with, does he go berserk and accidentally hit Zelda? No, he doesn't. Attack this dude right here. He needs a 4. He misses automatically. Right as he's about to bury Blood Drinker in this guy is when he takes that hit from the scorpion, and it stings him right in the back of the leg. He's like, ugh. To start with, Zelda is going to use her 2 power points and heal herself and Thunderian 1 hit point. She can't cast any more spells right now. I mean, she could, but she better kind of save her starting power points on her character sheet. She better save those for a minute. She's going to start off swinging down here with her sword. She needs a 4. Yeah. Damage. She does 2 damage to this guy. All right, this guy's gonna club Thunderian. He needs a 4. He's gonna miss. Next guy's gonna club Thunderian. He's gonna miss. This guy's gonna club Thunderian. He's gonna hit. Dang. Thunderian takes 5 damage. Zelda is gonna use 2 of her starting power, so she's got 1 left, and she's gonna do Healing Hands again to restore 1 hit point to her and Thunderian. 3 club attacks to her, start right there. He needs a 3. He's gonna get it. She takes 2 damage from the first one. Next one, she needs a 3. Or the guy needs a 3. He's gonna hit. Oh, jeez. 5 damage from the next club. Last guy's gonna club. He needs a 3. He misses. Whew. First archer needs a 5+ to hit Thunderian. He's gonna miss. 5+ to hit Zelda. Oh, jeez. That's a hit. Damage is gonna be Zelda goes down from the archer. The Minotaur. You can hear him. And then the look on the Minotaur's expression changes as there's doom, doom, doom. Suddenly the door busts inward and in comes this dude, a warrior priest of Sigmar. As soon as the door crashes from its hinges and he emerges, there's a breaking of glass on the upper level as a dark figure enters in through the window up here. That dark figure pulls out an amulet. Amulet of healing. This amulet can be used at any time to heal D6 wounds on any one warrior. It hasn't been the end of the turn yet. And so he can see her laying down there on the ground, and he pulls out this green gemmed amulet, which begins to glow. And suddenly Zelda comes back to life with... Are you serious? She comes back with 1. Hey, she gets up. The Minotaur looking stunned. He looks up onto the wooden wall and sees the dark figure. He looks down there. He sees the priest of Sigmar. He sees what's going on around him, and he says, "Do you think Wraith would let you escape, Thunderian?" And Thunderian gets a super surprised look on his face. Wraith, Darkfoot, is the drow assassin that was trying to kill the party and who successfully did kill everyone but Thunderian. And the Minotaur says, "I shall be paid handsomely for this." Power phase. 4. To start with, Zelda is going to use 4 of her power store to cast Healing Hands twice, and it's going to give both her and Thunderian 2 hit points. Thunderian's going to try to clear a path for Zelda to get out of there, so he's going to turn this way, and he's going to try to take these 2 guys out. We got to roll to see if he goes berserk. Disaster strikes. Thunderian pulls Blood Drinker back to do a big axe swing and hits Zelda for 1 damage, and he gets to do nothing else. She says, "Watch that thing!" And she's got a big cut across her back now from Blood Drinker. And like Blood Drinker, Thunderian has to actually pull the axe away with some force to get it away from the blood that's gushing down her back. Just so you guys know, I had some amazing rolls for the amulets. You roll D6 for charges, and I got 5, 5, 6, 5. He already used 1. So to start with, he's going to use another charge for his Amulet of Healing on Zelda. She gets back 5 hit points. Nice. And then he's going to move over to this dude right here and attack with his saber. He needs a 3. Yeah, he gets a 6. Hang on a second. If he rolls a 6 to hit, he causes an extra wound. Nice. Plus 4, 7 minus 3 toughness. He does 4 damage. He kills that guy. Zelda After getting healed a couple times here, takes a chance. She pulls out her Hand of Death scroll and begins to read from it, focusing on the Minotaur. Causes 3d6 wounds, no modifier for armor. The spell costs no power to cast. All right, cool. It's used once and then discarded. So 3d6 damage to the Minotaur. 15 minus his toughness of 4 is 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 damage to the Minotaur. Holy crap. So a dark mist enters into the room and forms itself into a long arm with a gigantic hand, and it just grabs around the Minotaur's neck and starts choking him. He's got 4 life left. Wow. Kill that woman. So the warrior priest sees the Minotaur start to dig in like he's about to charge toward Thunderian. He's going to cast a blessing, use one of his blessings. Let's see if it works. You add the power phase, which was a 4, and I need to roll this, and I need more than 7, and I got 7. So the blessing works, and his eyes turn black, and they start to fill like with a mist, and he locks eyes with the Minotaur over here, and the Minotaur actually like pauses for a moment, and he casts Damnation on him, which means pick any monster. It suffers -1 attack this turn. The Minotaur has 2 attacks, so it would only have 1 attack this turn. He then holds up his right hand, which contains a beautifully ornate Warhammer, but on that hand is a ring of jade. And he can use this once per turn. You roll 2 dice and add the power phase to it, which is that 4 right there. So you're trying to get doubles, right? So they're all the same, like rolling a Yahtzee here. If any combination of the dice score a double, the priest may restore wounds equal to the total of the double rolled. These wounds are shared out equally between the priest and any warriors on the board section. All of the points from a single dice must be spent on a single warrior. The priest must declare who he intends to heal before rolling the dice. Oh, well, who cares? It's going to be Zelda. If he rolls a double 1, he suffers 2 wounds. Whoa. He gets 4 hit points, which he hasn't lost any, but Zelda gets 4 hit points as well. She is back to full, and it's still his turn, because everything that I'm doing right now, he can do once per turn no matter what. And he is going to crack this guy with that Hammer of Sigmar. He needs a 4. Yeah, he's going to get it. 7 minus the toughness of 4. He does 3 damage to this guy and kills him. That was a good round for the War Priest. This guy needs a 4 to attack Thunderian. He's going to miss. The next guy, he's going to miss. These guys back here still attacking Zelda pretty brutally. This first guy, he needs a 3. Oh, he's going to get it. He's going to do... Zelda takes 4 damage. Next guy, he needs a 3. He's going to miss. Next guy needs a 3. Oh, he's going to hit. Same thing. She's going to take another 4 damage. The warrior priest says, "By Sigmar, woman, get out of there." She says, "I'm trying." Back here, this archer takes a shot at the shadowy figure. He needs a 5. Yeah, he's going to get it. He's going to do 1 damage to the shadowy figure. The Minotaur runs up this way with his big ass axe and tries to hack Thunderian. All he needs is a 3. Yo, he gets a 6. When a Minotaur hits a warrior, roll 2 dice to see how many wounds it causes, adding its strength of 4 to the total. Holy crap. All right, let's see. Oh, 10 plus 4, 14 damage minus the toughness of 4. That is 10 damage for Thunderian. Thunderian lets out a yell as the Minotaur buries the axe into his back. Holy crap, Thunderian has 2 health left. That hurt. What an exciting battle. Power phase. 2. Zelda sees Thunderian take this damage. She does what she can. She's going to use her 2 power store to heal him 1 health, as if that's going to make a difference or not, I don't know, but she's going to do it. After Zelda heals him, he sort of comes to his senses a little bit. He's going to try to break the pin here before he attacks. So what he's gonna try to do is move over to here. He has to do it. He needs a 6 in order to do that. No, he's not gonna be able to do it. We gotta see if he goes berserk or if he goes crazy and injures her again. Don't get a 1. Yeah, he doesn't go berserk. He doesn't have any guys on his card, but still, he can make his attack. Just for the record, I was gonna use the shield, especially considering it's on his back for Thunderian, you know, to absorb some blows, but I don't know if he can because he's holding a two-handed weapon. I don't know if you have to have a one-handed weapon in order to hold the shield. So having a giant axe embedded in his back recently, Thunderian turns around, almost ignoring these guys, because he can pick who he wants to attack. He throws Blood Drinker to the ground, puts the shield in one arm, and pulls out the Sword of Power in the other, and he says, "Is this what you want? Come and get it." And he attacks the Minotaur with the Sword of Power. I don't even think he's used this sword since he got it. Wait a second. The Sword of Power gives you +1 to your berserk rolls. That's a 6. Thunderian's getting 2 attacks. Thunderian needs a 4. Misses with the first one. Hits with the second one. D6. Thunderian does 4 damage to the Minotaur, killing it. So he pulls out the shield, pulls out the sword that the Minotaur is after, keeping the sword in a horizontal fashion. He draws his elbow back and just lunges forward, sticking the sword right through the neck of the Minotaur. And then it's just like raising the sword and the shield up. He starts slamming the sword on the shield with like a war chant, like, "Ruh, ruh, ruh," and the Minotaur just drops to the ground, dead. Zelda starts chanting him on, "Go Thunderian, yes, yes!" And she starts swinging her sword, and she goes after the first guy. She needs a 4 and misses. Hey, she's in the moment. The shadowy figure is going to use another charge on his Amulet of Healing. That'll bring him down to 3. He's going to heal Zelda 3 hit points. The archer here is watching. He's trying to quickly pull out and knock another arrow. And the dark figure walks up to about here, and he holds up at first what looks to be a crossbow, but the archer realizes that there's some definitely different about this crossbow. And the dark figure pulls the trigger, and it just lets out a boom! And it echoes in this whole warehouse. It makes everybody down below jump. And smoke starts issuing forth from what they think is a crossbow, but it's actually a gun. He needs a 4+ to hit with the gun. No, it's a miss. He misses. So when the smoke clears, it scares the crap out of that archer. But the archer realizes, like, he didn't hit me. The warrior priest tries a blessing called Call of the Brave. Pick any warrior. They may re-roll a single attack that missed this turn. Miraculously, somehow, and he's not supposed to be able to do this, he reloads the gun and takes another shot. He needs a 4+. Ugh, that is another miss. Come on. So the shadowy figure is just looking puzzled, kind of staring at the gun. He blows the smoke off the end of it, and the archer is just shaking. 2 bullets barely grazed him and shot open the barrels that are right behind him, and now those barrels are leaking out blood wine all over this platform. He's gonna move up to here, and he's gonna use the Ring of Jade. I'm trying to get doubles. Yeah, we got 2. He heals 2, and Thunderian heals 2. And finally, Warhammer of Sigmar to this guy right here. He needs a 4+. He's gonna miss. Monster phase. This guy's going to swing right here. He needs a 3. He's gonna get it. 2 damage to the warrior priest. This guy's attacking Thunderian. He needs a 4. He's gonna miss. This guy's attacking the warrior priest. He needs a 3. Gets it. 5 damage to the warrior priest. These two attacking her, they need 3s. First one hits. That dang. She takes 6 damage for the first one. She has got 1 health left. That's gonna be a hit. Zelda goes down. After just dodging 2 bullets, literally, he has the arrow knocked and is going to take a shot. He needs a 5+. No, he's gonna miss. These two are just like shooting each other, missing back and forth. I'm sitting here trying to think how I could save Zelda's life right now. And I have the time freeze ring. The time freeze ring may be used at any time, giving the warriors an additional phase straight away. That's right now. I'm going to use it, and we're gonna keep Zelda alive. So, Thundarian's still berserk. He needs 4s right here. He's using the sword still. He hits with the first one, so he's gonna do 2 damage to the first guy. And then his second attack, he needs 4s. He gets it, and yeah, he's gonna kill the second. He's gonna kill this guy. Shadowy Figure is going to use his Amulet of Healing with 2 charges left. He's gonna heal Zelda 3 wounds. He's gonna move up here and attack that guy with his saber. He needs a 3. Gets it. Oh, actually, when he rolls a 6, he does an extra damage. He stabs him, and this guy stumbles around a little bit and falls off this ledge down below into the sand. Zelda's back up. To start with, she's going to use 2 healing hands on herself for 4 power points. That leaves 1 on the dice, and she's going to heal everybody 2 hit points. She's going to use her sword. She needs a 4. Nope. Warrior Priest is going to use Call of the Brave. So we need 7. Yep, we get a 9. That's going to work. He's going to give it to Thundarian because maybe he could take him out and that other guy out over there. Thundarian needs a 4. He's going to get it. See for damage. Whoa, yeah. Thundarian kills the first guy. And this guy's adjacent, so he can move right there and do the same thing. He needs a 4. He's going to get it. He's going to kill that guy as well. Warrior Priest is going to move right here. And he's going to attack that guy. He needs a 4. He's going to miss. So these guys drop to their knees and yield. This guy's already damaged. This guy knows that they can't win. They drop to their knees. Thundarian, he runs up to the vat. Zelda pulls out a knife as these guys are being held there and basically cuts off their manhood. And the warrior priest gives her a look like, you're not gonna murder these 2 alive. They've yielded. And she walks over here and gets down on 1 knee with the dagger in hand. And the scene closes out with her reaching down under his loincloth. For the Minotaur and 3 of these gangsters, Thundarian's gonna get another 500 gold on top of this. 110 for the mysterious figure for the archers. 60 to the war priest because he killed one of them and then actually saved the other 2 from Zelda. She actually didn't receive any gold from this. Let's start off with Objective Room Treasure. Thundarian, the big dice is the first dice. So we get a 56. Blade of Leaping Bronze. Shadowy Figure. 31. Rune of Restoration. Zelda. 51. Mirror of Imprisonment. Sounds like something a wizard would use. Finally, our War Priest. 55. Holy Stake and Hammer. Now, come on. These last 2 items were just too perfect for these warrior classes. I know this is kind of a longer video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm excited to check out what our objective room items are all about, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.